back to Confidence with Love. This is a channel for Black women to be held sacred, to be uplifted, to be loved on, to be cared about, to be protected, and to be adored. Okay? It is also a space where we're going to continue to talk to one another and really pull out the truth of the matter, of what's going on for us as Black women, and come up with solutions, you know, because generally we are the damn solution to everybody's problem, right? We fix it all. We come up with the ideas. We make shit happen. We are highly educated. We're the most educated demographic in the U.S. And that is saying a lot for women who not only have to deal with direct systematic racism, but also deal with racism one-on-one. Things that we never talk about is how we have to deal with white women, the Beckys, the Karens, and how they weaponize whiteness at all times for us. In the workplace, in our educational institutions where we as Black women pay a lot of fucking money. So, this particular conversation or set of conversations that we're going to have, it is about, I kind of put this question to myself, and I actually wrote it down, and I really want you to listen to it, and then I want you guys to give me some comments and let's talk about it, and we can do a live about it, like, because I think it's imperative that we really examine this shit so we can change our programming and change what we believe about what's going on with us, you know? So the question here is, are Black women the enemy? And I'm going to say I met someone not too long ago, and she did this video about, she's a white woman, and she did this video about all white women are not your enemy, you know? Why do you have to blame all of us? Like, it was so triggering for me. And I also I'm a part of a group on Clubhouse, and I hope that a lot of you can join us, right? It's every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it is hard conversations between white women and Black women, and we just be telling it like it. Okay, you guys know me. You know your girl. I'm just going to tell you. So when I'm looking at the question, when that question arises, I am specifically concerned with all the different things that we have to go through as Black women between being Black and being women, right? And how those things collide into each other, and the people who do the most damage to us don't have to be accountable or fucking responsible for shit. Okay? So that is one of the problems that I personally have. Let me tell you a couple of my personal problems. I got two main personal problems. One of the problems that I have is that white women have not been held accountable for a fucking thing that they have done. Nothing. And if you say anything to them, they start with the tears, and they, you know, they're making their little feelings we have to manage everything we say, our tone, and why are black women so angry? Bitch, I'm angry. I'm not angry. You got me confused. Other black women might be angry. I'm fucking enraged. Okay? And I get to feel as a human being, because that's a problem. For you to be questioning my feelings is a fucking problem. Right there. As if I, as a human being, shouldn't be mad at you making and taking money from me when I am more educated than you. I have more experience than you, and God knows I'm a better people person than you. And I have to, as a black woman, not only take less money, right? Real less money. I'm not fucking around like I'm making 48 cents while a white woman is making 72 and a white man is making $1. Okay. Get it? But I'm more educated than either one of you. And I have more experience and understanding and background as a registered nurse, yes. A healer, yes. But I also have a degree in psychology and organizational behavior. I also have a master's degree. So my bachelor's is in psychology and organizational behavior. So this is the shit. This is real life shit. This is costing us millions. If black women, I want you to go look at that. All of you who are out there working, I don't care what your job is, girl, go look at it. And what you will find is that you have to work. You have to work for a year and a half at the same job that a white male does to make the same amount of money that he does in 8 months, 7 months. And you have to work a year and a half to make the same amount of money as white women do in a year. Okay? Doing their job, your job, and somehow they got to be over you. This is real shit. These white people are fucking with your money. It's very serious. And I don't know about you as a sister, but you can't fuck with my family, my brand, or my money. Okay? That's why a lot of us have become entrepreneurs. Plus, we have entrepreneurial spirit as black women. These fucking corporations depend on us to give them excellent ideas. We make millions of dollars for the corporations in the United States on ideas alone. Don't even count in the fact that you fucking work. But your ideas alone make millions because they just steal it. They just steal it. They implement it and they move on. And you don't get a merit raise. You don't get a bonus. You don't get a kiss my ass. You don't get none of that shit. So it's very serious. So my question as to, are black women the enemy, is a question to make us start to think about, why are motherfuckers making us the enemy, yet they're the ones doing the damage and mutilating and killing us? So let me give you another white woman example, okay, before I move on to my other problem. Another white woman example that black women we haven't thought about. It hasn't been put in these terms. I get it. White women are primarily who is in the hospitals across the United States working in labor and delivery. They generally are the ones you see in your doctor's office as OBGYN. There are places in the United States where there's many more black people, so of course there'll be black women. And it is a guarantee that if you have black women around you as a black woman, you are far less likely to die while giving birth to your child or during pregnancy or after than the statistics that we have right now of when a black woman is pregnant and delivering a child, she is 4 times more likely to die in the United States than a white woman. And that black woman can have a undergrad, grad, or doctorate degree, and a white woman can have high school or less. So you can't blame it on education. You cannot. Okay. And it is primarily because, and this came from Health and Human Services, one of the places, and Pew Reports have it as well. But it is undeniable that the reason black women die while pregnant or giving birth, or our children die twice as often as white newborns, is because we have white women not taking care of us. In the health field, I can tell you as an RN that I have had to fight for patients over and over again because white people don't believe or don't want to hear or want to dehumanize black people. And black women will come in and say, there's something wrong, or call the doctor, there's something wrong. No, there's nothing wrong. Just stay home. Or they can be getting ready to deliver. And for those of you who've ever been to a birth or anything, you know that when you give birth, all types of things can happen, and it's generally you're being cared for by the nurses, right? And when the baby's actually coming out is when the doctor comes in, okay? Unless you have to go have a C-section. So it is, white women are literally killing black women. And that's the only way I can put it. I don't know how else to put it. Now, when you reverse that and you have black women taking care of white women or black women or whatever, those numbers become equal because black women who are nurses will take excellent care of anyone who's delivering a child. Okay? So white women don't die in the hands of black women like that. Okay? As nurses. They don't, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And black women don't die in the hands of black nurses. But it is a truth that the statistics and a view of the reports I just gave you is actually happening, right? So we as black women are going to have to make different choices when we're going into choosing the doctor that we're going to have. Is very difficult. I had a young lady ask me, I was on Clubhouse, and she was like, well, why don't black women just choose a black doctor then? Because there aren't that many black OBGYNs across the United States. There's very few comparative to white people. Okay? So how can you choose someone who isn't a choice for you? They're not there. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't understand why why that question, and why aren't we stopping white women from killing us in the hospital? I'm just saying. But that's me. Okay. So, and the other major problem that I have with white women, well, I have some minor ones too, but the other major problem that I have with them is that they are the people who literally have written and dictated what is going to be in history and social studies and things like that in school. 8 out of 10 teachers across the United States are white women. So the history that my daughter learned in school, the history that the kids are learning now, the history that I learned, my mama learned, my grandmama learned, okay, all that shit, you know, white people were good to us and they helped us by enslaving us. You know, they took care, you know, because we were not human or some bullshit. Whatever it is they're saying, white women came up with that. And you can read Mothers of the Mass Resistance. And it details out the names of some of these white women. And it wasn't just Republicans or Democrats or liberals or conservatives. It's across the fucking board. Okay. And it's something that we have not dealt with. But yet, while they are continuing to teach white supremacy and racism in public schools, half of the students are not white. Half of them are children of color and black. Okay. But we are allowing white women to dictate what is going to be taught in school, how it's going to be taught in school, and that they keep this narrative of white is right, white is better, white is supreme, and they need to indoctrinate the black children especially to understand that their position is to be inferior. Okay? So when this question of CRT comes up and you see all these white women out here going to the boards and the educational boards and all this shit, and all you see is a whole bunch of white women over there, you got a few black women and men coming up, yeah, we don't want CRT because it'll hurt. First of all, shut the hell up. CRT is not in your school. First, you're not intelligent enough, okay, to even read the complicated scholarship that is actually CRT. Okay, you're not. White people, I'm just gonna tell you, you ain't ready. Okay, these are black scholars who put this together from different perspectives, and it was done. It started like 40 years ago. Kimberly Crenshaw, she was one of the co-producers of it, and it was to look at how race informs what laws the United States and other colonization places like England or France or whatever, how them developing the concept of race informs what laws and policies they put in place and what they enforce. That's why that baby Ahmaud Arbery could be shot up, and those white men thought that they were going to get off, because the way the laws are written is so that they should have gotten off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what critical race theory actually looks at. And it is not in K through 12. On the other hand, when we as black people bring our scholarship, because see, that's the other thing. White people don't want you to know that you're fucking brilliant as black women. They don't. They're just like doing everything they can. And they'll tell you right now, I'm not reading shit. I just don't want any of that in my child's school. So let me switch the camera over a little bit. You see these books? This is just some of my shit, okay? But the 1619 Project, please, ladies, get this. Read it. You need to read it. You need to make your kids read it. You need to have a daily moment where the kids get pissed off. Put your phones down. Leave it over here. You coming in here. We're going to sit down and we're going to read a chapter, you know, every week. And we're going to discuss it. This is what you need to do. You need to educate your black children on history. You see this book, The Half Has Never Been Told? This is actually a white economist who wrote this book. And he details out what black human bodies cost. There is a book called They Were Her Slaves, I think. It just went out of my head. And that is detailing how white women owned black people separate from their white husbands or fathers and all that shit. And there were laws written from the 1600s to protect white women when they murdered black babies or black people. And their husbands couldn't claim their slaves as their own. They would go themselves. They sold slaves. They decided who was going to rape which black women. They did all types of shit. And you need to read these types of things because we have this idea that white women are blameless. And that is bullshit. Okay? So the only way right now that you're going to get your child as a black mom to understand what is happening and actual history where you can see the dates, the laws, who made it, all of these things, is to start to read and make your children read from here. I instructed my children in African American studies and black studies. So, and when my children went and questioned things like, okay, well, Columbus didn't discover anything. It was literal people here. And these white teachers called me talking about, well, you know, we're having a problem because your child, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Yeah, because it is true. And you don't question what the fuck I teach my child. That's not your place. Your place is here in the classroom. There's a law that says I got to send my child to be indoctrinated into your bullshit. Because you're going to want to jail me and separate me from my child. But Hooker, what I do when I get home and how I teach my children, you do not question. So that's a huge problem. So the question again is, are we actually the enemy? Why are these people trying to make an enemy of us as black women? Why have they done that all along? Why does how my hair grow out of my head offend you so fucking much? Why does the fact that I'm fly as fuck offend you so much? Why does when I act on a whole human range offend you so much? Am I your enemy? Well, guess what? You definitely made me your enemy. And I'm not going to allow black women to be used for your bullshit. And you're not going to target black women. And you're not going to be killing us in the numbers that you are. This shit stops today because we are being informed. And black women, I want us to know these things so that we can start making different decisions on how we interact with these people, whether it's politically, whether it's in school, whether it's at our job. You know, we are afraid of losing our job when it comes to white women, so we try to lower our voice. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do as a Black woman. They have made you their enemy because jealousy, envy, dumb shit. They actually like waking up mediocre while you have to wake up excellent. I don't know. But it is a problem that we need to solve for ourselves as Black women. And we need to make some changes in how we deal with people who, yes, they are our enemy because they made us an enemy by the cruel and unusual things that they have done and continue to do on a daily basis. Okay? So, I believe in us as Black women. I know our power. It is my job to help you to unleash that power. So, we're going to talk about my next problem in the next video, okay? And I want you guys to like get with me. Please put comments in the comment section. And for those of you who are naysayers and all of that shit, this ain't the place for you, okay? Take your ass somewhere else, all right? Don't come telling me, oh, I don't like it when you cuss. Okay, fuck you. I'm going to do what I do, all right? This may not be the channel for you. I ain't going to be mad at you, you know? So, but for those of you who want to see a different life, to see a different change, to be loved and adored and uplifted for all the things that you do for this, for your family, for your country, for society, your community, this is a place for you. Love you. Shout out to Miss Rosa Banks because she is, she's also an RN, Black femicide. I'm going to put it down in the description. Black femicide US. She has been one of the only, she's been the only woman to look at the different statistics. She keeps up with all of these different women who have been snatched and found dead who are Black in the United States. She's been up to Congress. They, of course, give her the middle finger if they do that. She is putting together a march to go up to the U.S. Capitol again. And please donate. You know, I make my donation every month because this is such an incredible, the work she's doing is incredible. And it is saving the lives of Black women. Like, it's literally saving the lives of Black women. So, blackfemicideus.com is her website. She's under the same on Insta, and you can donate. Okay. So